Hey guys, my name is Eric Barstow. I'm with Painting Business Pro, and in this video we're going to talk about how do you start a painting business in 2018. All right, so there's really just a few things that we're going to cover in this video, and there's going to be a few videos coming after this to go a little bit deeper for you. So the first thing that you need to do if you want to start a painting business is you've got to set it up. All right, so there's some basic things that you can do to set up the business, and below this video there's a link, and you can click that link, take you over to our website where you can actually download a business launch checklist, which will cover all the little details that you need to set up your painting business. All right, but a few of those things include registering your business with the Secretary of State. So that's going to cost $50 to $100. The second thing is you need to get your federal EIN number. All right, so that's a tax, that's for tax purposes for the government. Once you have registered your business with the Secretary of State, you get an EIN, you do it online, it's really easy, and you're going to need the registration papers and your EIN in order to set up a bank account, which is the next thing you're going to do. And so at this point, we're only about $50 to $100 in for registering the business. The next thing you need to do is think about if you need to get a license. Now, a lot of painting contractors out there operate without a license. There's penalties for doing that, but there's so many people not operating with a license. I'm not saying you should go and operate without a license, but in life, sometimes you've got to do whatever it takes to be successful. And if that means you go and start without a license and you tell customers, look, I don't have my license yet, but I will get it before I actually paint your house, you'll be able to use the deposits you take from customers and use that money to get your license. All right, so your license will cost money, and if you don't have the startup money right now for it, that's okay. You can be creative and figure that out. But a license could cost anywhere from like $100 to about $1,000. I'm sorry, it could be even $0 to $1,000. All right, so now we're still at maybe as low as 50 to 100 bucks. All right, so that's basically what you need to do to set up your business. Register it, get your EIN, set up your bank account, get your license, boom, you are ready to go. The next step would be starting with some marketing stuff, all right? So there's just basic materials for marketing, like get your logo, set up a free website, right? There's a few things like that, but getting a logo, setting up a website, that's not gonna generate any business for you. So there's gonna be two different ways that you can do marketing. There's free marketing and there's paid marketing. All right, so depending on your budget, maybe you don't have the budget for paid marketing, so then you're gonna have to do stuff that's free. Now the stuff that's free usually takes time, like you gotta work at it. And we'll get to that in another video. So then what you do is you do some marketing, all right? So if you have the budget for it, you do the paid stuff. If you don't have a budget, you do the free stuff. Now, no matter what though, you're gonna need to spend about $100 on marketing materials. So that's gonna be about 100 bucks, all right? And that's what I did. So when I started my business, I registered it 50 bucks, and then I spent about $150 on my marketing supplies. So I was at $200, and then I did the free stuff from there, all right? So then you get some customers who want estimates. That's what the marketing does. It just gets people who want an estimate from you. And then you go out and you do the estimates, all right? So when you do the estimates, what you do here is you take a 25% deposit, all right? So if you go out and you sell $5,000 in business, you're going to take a 25% deposit, which is $1,250. All right, so that starts there. And now you have this customer in your books. And then what you're going to do is for production. So this is like actually how do we deliver on these promises, right? Now you're not going to do the painting unless you're a painter and you want to do the painting. You could do that. But the other option is you're going to hire painters. And there's two ways you can go here. You can either hire employees, in which case you'd need to buy all of the equipment, and that's going to cost about $1,500 to $2,000 to buy all the relevant equipment for painting a house. And you're also going to need to set up payroll, and you're going to need to pay for that payroll. And then you're also going to need to buy the materials, which comes out of your marketing, your 25% your deposit. So that's one option, is you can go with employees and hire painters. Another option is you can hire another kind of painter, which is called a subcontractor. And so there's people out there who are painters. They've been painting for 10 or 15 years. They already own all of their own equipment, and they've registered their own painting business. But they don't run a painting business the way I'm talking about right now. They run a painting business a different way. They are a subcontractor, which means they take jobs from people like me, and they don't want to have anything to do with the marketing and sales and overhead and production management. They don't want to have anything to do with all that. They just want to paint. They just want to get out there and do the work and like paint the jobs and make the money. So that's a better route to go if you're just getting started and you don't have the money with employees. There's a lot more risk with employees. So what we do is we take this let's say it's a $5,000 job. So we took $1,250 for a deposit. Now we're going to pay this contractor $2,500 up to even $3,500. Depends on how you want to do it. In the big picture, you're going to end up paying $2,500. But you'll pay this to them, and the agreement is, hey, Mr. Subcontractor, I have this big, beautiful house. It needs to be painted. This is the job that we promised the customer. I'm willing to pay you $3,000 for this house. Do you want to do it? And they say, yeah, $3,000 sounds good. I'll do it. So then they paint the house, and then at the end of the job, you collect the remaining $3,750. You pay your subcontractor whatever amount you agreed upon, and whatever's left over is your profit. And so after you've done this process and you've gotten one $5,000 job or two $3,000 jobs, you're already totally profitable. All right, so most of my students end up making money in the first 4 weeks. Or 4 to 6 weeks. You know, once they go through the materials, they learn the course, and they actually implement this. That's kind of how that goes. So that's the process, all right? So setting it up is pretty straightforward. It's going to cost you anywhere from $200 up to, marketing supplies. The minimum is $100 to $150. If you pay for marketing, you could spend $500 on paid marketing. If you spend $500 on paid marketing, you're going to get a roughly 10 estimates set up. If you do 10 estimates, you should be able to sell 2 or 3 jobs because you're going to price lower than other people. So normally my company comes in and we charge $5,000 and $2,500 of that goes to our subcontractor. So that means if you price the same job, you also can pay $2,500 to your subcontractor, which means you don't have all the overhead my company has. So you can come into these estimates when you're first getting started and you can say, you know what? I'm going to do this for $3,500. And you still make $1,000 in profit from selling one job that you're never going to pick up a paintbrush to produce. All right, so that's how people are able to go from whatever they were doing before to making $2,000 or $3,000 a week in a painting business within a couple of months. And this isn't a one person who's ever done this thing. I see people again and again do this process, and once you do it one time and you get $3,500 in sales in 1 week, then just do twice as much in the next week, do 10 estimates, book $7,000 in sales, make $2,000 in profit, and you can legitimately be making $2,000 a week by just rinse and repeat the same system again and again and again. Whether you did free marketing or you did paid marketing, doesn't matter, do whatever was already working or add more in. If you were doing the free marketing, now that you have money, you can start doing the paid marketing. If at the beginning of starting the business you didn't have a license, you get a couple deposits and then you can pay for your license. All right, so there's enough money on just the first couple jobs that you can afford everything. So that's basically how you're going to get this business started. So like I said, below the video you can click a link that's going to take you to like the business launch checklist. So you can download a checklist so you know that you're covering all your bases for actually getting the business set up. And then in the next video, we're going to talk about marketing, free versus paid. If you're just getting started, then we're going to talk about sales and how can you sell these jobs initially, even if you don't have a lot of background experience in painting. And then we're going to talk about production and how you can find great, reliable subcontractors or employees to produce these jobs and start to build your business. So that's what's coming. So we'll see you in the next video.